One word, one breath, one prayer. If you are exhausted in a way sleep cannot repair, this may not be burnout. It may be distance from the life that corresponds to who you are.
The meeting went well. I was the last one in the room. I reorganized the papers on the table twice. Then I walked out into the corridor and stopped in front of the door. My hand is on the push bar. I haven't pushed it. Behind me, the corridor is empty. Above me, the automatic lights are beginning to go out, section by section. I am still standing there, not thinking about anything specific, just not moving.
You know how to keep going. You show up. You deliver. You answer what needs answering. And then you go home, or you stay late. And somewhere between one thing and the next, something goes quiet. Not peace. Something older than peace. You have been doing this for longer than you knew you were doing it. Translating yourself into the shape this world needed so completely that you stopped noticing the translation was happening. You were never the problem. The problem was never your capacity, your effort, your will. The problem was the direction. There is a word for the experience of living far from your origin, not far in miles, far in fit, when the life you are living and the life you were made for no longer match. That gap has a name. It has always had a name. The hand on the door that doesn't push. That is not hesitation. That is the body knowing something the mind hasn't said yet. Exilium, from the Latin, the condition of being outside the place of origin. Not punishment, not failure. Distance. The word doesn't ask how you got here. It doesn't ask whose fault it is. It only names where you are standing, outside the life that corresponds to what you carry inside. Exilium is not the wound. Exilium is the map.
I had done everything right that day. The presentation landed. The questions were manageable. Someone told me I had handled it well. I smiled and said thank you. And then I went back to my desk and felt nothing. Not relief. Not satisfaction. Not even tiredness. Just the quiet continuation of a life that fit me perfectly and belonged to someone else.
You have been calling it burnout, or exhaustion, or just a difficult season. The root of exilium carries two movements simultaneously. The first, the act of going out. Ex means outside, beyond, away from. The second, the implicit existence of an origin. You can only be in exile from somewhere that was real. This is the part the word gives you that no other word does. Exhaustion says, I have run out. Exile says, I have run out because I have been running in the wrong direction. The difference is not semantic. It is the difference between a diagnosis that confirms defeat and a diagnosis that contains a bearing. One tells you what you are. The other tells you where you are, and where you are can change. The body knows exile before the mind names it. It is the email you stare at without reading, the elevator ride that feels strangely heavy, the silence after good news that should have moved you. It shows up as a specific kind of fatigue, not the clean tiredness after real effort, but the dense, unresolvable weight of effort that went somewhere that wasn't home. You sleep and wake up tired. You finish and feel empty. You succeed and feel farther away. These are not symptoms of weakness. They are the body's precise reporting. The body is not confused. The body is accurate. It is telling you, with every morning that arrives too heavy, that the distance between where you are and where you belong has been accumulating quietly without drama, one ordinary day at a time. Here is the contradiction that exile produces. The harder you work, the more competent you become at surviving a life that isn't yours. Every skill you develop to manage the distance makes the distance easier to maintain. Every adaptation makes the exile more functional. More functional exile is still exile. The person who can survive anywhere is not free. They are just very good at not noticing they are far from home. And the cruelest part, the world rewards this. It calls it resilience. It calls it strength. It gives you more of what you have learned to endure, because you have demonstrated you can endure it. No one tells you that what you are demonstrating is the distance. And here is what makes it harder. You are not wrong to be competent. You are not wrong to endure. The endurance is real. The competence is real. What is wrong is the assumption that endurance in the wrong direction is the same as strength. It isn't. It is just a longer exile. The promotion that arrived and left you exactly where you were. We are going to stay with this for a while, not analyze it further, not to find the solution, just to let the body register what the mind has been carrying without a name. Let the breath slow, let the weight be weight, without asking it to be anything else right now. We breathe together. Notice the weight you brought into this moment. Don't name it. Don't measure it. Just let it be present. The weight you carry has been present for a long time. You don't have to carry it differently right now. You only have to notice that it is there. That noticing, without changing anything, is already a different relationship with it. Breathe in, breathe out. We stay here. Bring your attention to the place in your body where the tiredness lives, not the tiredness of today, the older tiredness, the one that was there before this week, before this month, the one that has been present so long you stopped asking when it arrived. Place your breath there, not to fix it, not to release it, just to acknowledge it. I see you. I know you are there. That is enough for now. Breathe in, breathe out. There is a version of you that is not tired, not a future version, not a better version, the version that exists underneath the adaptation, the one that was present before you learned to translate yourself. You don't have to find it right now. You only have to remember that it is there, underneath the competence, underneath the endurance, underneath the shape you have learned to hold. Something original is still present. Breathe in, breathe out. We stay here together. Feel the weight of your body where it makes contact with what is beneath you. The ground is real. You are real. The tiredness is real. And underneath the tiredness, something is also real. Not hope, not certainty, something quieter. The fact that you are here, paying attention, means something in you has not given up on finding the correspondence. The body knows the way home. It has been signaling it for a long time. Breathe in, breathe out. We stay here. Breath in, breath out. The distance between where you are and where you belong is real, and it is not permanent. Distance is a condition, not a sentence. Breath in, the hand on the door. Breath out, not pushing yet. That is not failure. Breath in, the lights going out, one section at a time. Breath out, you are still standing. That is the moment before the first movement. Breath in, breath out. We stay here. There is a word for the movement that happens when you stop pretending the distance isn't there. It isn't resolution. It isn't arrival. It is something smaller and more honest than both. It is the first acknowledgement, the moment before the door opens. You don't have to know where home is to know you are not there. You don't have to have the words for what you are carrying to know. It weighs more than it should. The prayer that is available right now is not a prayer of arrival. It is a prayer of position. I am here. I am far. I know the direction exists, even if I cannot see it. That is enough to begin. Something has been speaking in you for longer than you have been listening. Not loudly, not urgently. A quiet, persistent signal beneath the noise of surviving. It has been saying, this is not the whole of what you are. The hardest thing to confess is not failure. The hardest thing to confess is competence in the wrong direction, because failure gives you permission to stop. Competence in the wrong direction gives you no such mercy. You can do this. You have proven it, and you are exhausted in a way that success cannot touch. That exhaustion is the most honest prayer you have. I have been here for a long time. I do not know how much longer I can make this the whole of my life. You do not have to arrive to begin returning. The first movement of return is not a destination. It is a permission. Permission to let the distance be named. Permission to stop calling the exile by the name of strength. Permission to say quietly to whatever holds you, I am ready to ask for the direction.
I am still in the corridor. The lights have gone out in the section behind me. My hand is still on the push bar. What am I waiting for? Not a sign. I stopped believing in signs a long time ago. Not courage. I have plenty of that. I have been proving it for years. Something smaller. Permission, maybe. Or the recognition that waiting for readiness is itself a form of staying.
The word does not resolve the exile. Exilium does not take you home, but it does something the wordlessness could not. It makes the distance visible, and what is visible can be oriented toward. You cannot navigate by what has no name. You can navigate by exilium, not because the name fixes anything, because it tells you which direction is home. The automatic light above her has gone out now. She is standing in near darkness. Her hand is still on the push bar, not gripping, not releasing. The glass of water she didn't drink this morning is still on her desk. Behind the door she hasn't opened. Two things that have been waiting all day. Her hand, the water, both still, both present, both carrying the same quiet instruction. You are allowed to begin. The exhaustion you have been carrying is not evidence of inadequacy. It is evidence of distance. The person who is tired in this specific way, not the tiredness that sleep fixes, but the tiredness that accumulates regardless of rest. That person is not broken. That person has been living far from their own coordinates for a long time. And the fact that you recognize this, that the description lands somewhere in your body with the weight of something true, means the distance has not taken everything. Something in you still knows the difference between exile and home. That is not a small thing. That is the beginning of orientation. She pushes the door, not because she knows where she is going, not because the tiredness is gone, not because she has found the answer. She pushes the door because she has a name for where she has been standing, and a name changes what you can do with a distance. The hand that was still on the push bar, not gripping, not releasing, opens now. One movement. The corridor behind her goes, fully dark. The door opens onto whatever comes next. This is not arrival. This is the first gesture of return. The body knew the whole time. It was waiting for the mind to catch up. You were never the problem. If this named something you have been carrying, stay for the next word. This is a place for return. one word at a time. One word, one breath, one prayer.